Alright lads, I'm Dara Curran, aka the Guinness Guru, and this is Only Cans, the show that's all about drinking. From mad stories to fucked up traditions, I chat to different people from all walks of life about their own personal drinking career so far. Welcome to episode 12. A dose of Only Cans, that's your only man. So sit back, relax, that's the only plan. Grab yourself a Guinness or Peroni, man. Welcome to the show, this is Only Cans. Cheers! So if you have the pleasure of watching the podcast on YouTube, you will see there have been more than a few new bits added to the wall. The Man Cave, massive shout out to Man Cave Collectibles. Lads got on to me a few weeks ago, sent me a heap of shit. I put it up on the wall myself. I will have that known. I put it up on the wall myself. Hashtag handyman. So massive shout out, Man Cave Collectibles. Two lads, I think, from Wexford, boy. Man Cave Collectibles, alright, go, we send you a few signs and that. They don't actually sound like that. I was on a Zoom with them. They sound pretty normal. But get on to mancavecollectibles.com. If you use the code GURU, pretty straightforward, you get 10% off. Anyway, that's enough plugging for now. Well, now I have to plug myself. Patreon. No, it was a bit of a bump in the sign-ups last week, lads, so that's great. I think a few of you were mad to hear if your fucked up story made the cut for the Patreon or not. Like I said on Instagram, I got loads of your stories in. Last week's podcast, of course, was, you know, because you listen to every single episode, because you just do, because you're so loyal. Last week's podcast was about underage drinking, again, blah, 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 a bit of a taboo subject, but you did not fucking hold back on sending in your stories, and I read a lot of them out on the Patreon, obviously anonymously, not going to throw anyone under the bus, but some very good ones. I had a right fucking laugh with myself, and yeah, thanks, that's a good few sign-ups last week. So that's up there. Also, Extra Cans with Eric Roberts, my guest, of course, today. Should have introduced him before mentioning his name, but that'll be Extra Cans with Eric. Will be up in a couple of days as well from now. And we chatted on the Extra Cans about kind of the old, has there ever been a time where you seriously considered giving up alcohol? Because he does talk about in this episode how, like, I don't want to spoil it, spoiler alert, he basically he was one of those rep wankers in like Tenerife and Ayia Napa and Ibiza and all that shite for like summers at a time. And he kind of said like that just drove him crazy in terms of he'd get home and be like, oh God, I need to give up the drink. We were speaking about that, and also about the sort of thing I'm always interested to hear when people are drinking as like teenagers. Do your parents, did his parents know? Did they care? Was he coming in the state? What was the crack? So that's all on Extra Cans. That'll be out in a couple of days. Patreon.com/the Guinness Guru. That's my guest this week. I'll give him a proper intro when he comes on the Zoom, but it's Eric Roberts. I feel like the kind of guy, a lot of you might not know his name, but if I show you a video, which I'm going to insert here.
Hi sir, are you ready to order?
My mother's actually in the bathroom.
Do you know what she's having?
A shit, I think.
You might go, oh, that chap. Yeah, he's gas. The one-liner man. Mr. One-liner. So I'll give him a proper intro when he comes on, but I'll stick in a few clips here now so you can kind of get a sense of who he is.
Are they arresting him?
They are. This is actually mental. There's a dentist that was dealing drugs that lives across the road from us, and they're arresting him now. I've been going to him for 5 or 6 years. Did you know he was a dentist?
I'm sick of being a people pleaser. I'm always putting other people's feelings above my own. Well, that stops now. And I hope everyone's alright with that, because it's a shit.
Yeah, it doesn't strike me as someone who was like, I want to be a comedian. He doesn't really seem like a comedian or a sketch guy. He's just a regular dude who just happens to be pretty funny. So, yeah, he's fucking nailing it. Yeah, crack yourself open a can, sit back, relax, and enjoy us two talking garbage. Right, I now welcome on to Only Cans, a fellow tickety-talker, hip and down with the kids. Hailing from Donegal, he burst onto the scene last year, I think, and has managed to gain almost 100,000 Instagram followers, along with a not-too-shabby 300,000 on TikTok. He is the king of the one-liner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Eric Roberts. All right, Eric.
That's the story. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
You sound extremely excited, and you sounded even less excited in your Instagram story.
I've been looking forward to this. This is just my mannerisms. For me to even post that means I'm buzzing for this. You know what I mean? I've got my vodka and Coke here beside me, even though it's called only cans. I'm drinking out of a glass.
Only vodka.
Only vodka it should be called tonight.
Only spirits. Right, straight in. First question, Eric. I've sent you over these, so it's not like you're being stunned on the spot. But pick 3 celebrities or anyone you want, dead or alive, to go on the beer with. Go.
I'm glad you sent these over because for the last.
It'd be shy crack. It'd be shy crack if you didn't.
I've been rattling my brain now trying to think. Yeah, if you were on the spot now, if you asked me this on the spot,
it'd be brutal.
I thought about this scientifically, and I said to myself, I want 3 very different personalities, and I've gone for 3 lads. There's no women in there just because we're out the lads' night out basically, and I've gone for Jordan Belfort, number 1, but not him as he is now. I've gone for Jordan Belfort as he was in that film, that era, because he would have known all the party spots. He would have known where we were going. He would have had the hookup. I've gone Morgan Freeman because I enjoy having a few pints and listening to people telling stories about other times they were on the beer and stuff. And you could listen to that man talk all night. Do you know what I mean? Be good crack. Listen to his stories about movies he's done and who's wrong is it anyway. And so you'd listen to him all night. You know what I mean?
Serious impression, lad.
I've been told I'm very good at Morgan Freeman, to be fair. Number 3, I've gone Albert Einstein. Now, bear with me on this one. I'm a big advocate for coming up with business ideas at 4 o'clock in the morning in kitchens. Right. Imagine the ideas that man would pop after a big, heavy session. You'd be like invent gravity and stuff, and you'd be full, and you'd be like, "What? What are you on about, Albert? Like, Jesus, that's a bad idea. Let's fucking get that in the morning."
So basically, you'd have your daytime pints in the pub with Morgan Freeman by the fire, a few stories. You'd go on an absolute fucking all-nighter with Jordan Belfort, and then 6 a.m. talking to Einstein, coming up with the next ideas for Do More 44.
Big app. Imagine Albert Einstein in the kitchen chatting about, yeah, man, the next fucking Instagram. You'd be like, yes, Albert, let's get on it.
Yeah, man. That's a fucking solid trio. I'll give you that. Like that. It would be tough coming up on the spot. So serious homework done, lad. Fair fucks.
Yeah.
Eric.
I didn't get any other questions because I spent all my time thinking of question number 1. So you might be fucking that's the podcast.
Well, we'll see how actually funny you are then, because you can't call yourself funny if you can't come up with something on the spot. Can you remember your first drinking session, Eric Roberts?
I can remember it. It was like many Irish men's. It was junior shirt nights.
Yup, same.
Obviously, I'm not condoning underage drinking, but that was when I dabbled with the Frosty Jacks, got my results, went behind a shed with a few of the boys, and we drank that until the bus came to take us to the underage disco. What I remember is just 4 or 5 of us getting sick, thinking we were big men down in these 3-liter things of cider.
Frosty Jacks.
Frosty Jacks. You not hear Frosty Jacks?
Scrumpy, no? Scrumpy Jacks or Frosty Jacks?
There's probably many names for it. It's probably past many lips. And
the Donegal version.
It's probably the Donegal version. Yeah, it's essentially petrol. You know what I mean? It's petrol with a bit of apple flavor in it.
Yeah.
But that was session number 1, and I haven't looked back since.
And did you make it to the junior disco, whatever the fuck you call it?
We were queuing up 15-year-olds, and the bouncer saying, "You drinking tonight, lads?" I saw there cross-eyed, like, no. To go back now, easier times.
Jesus Christ. That's what, half a lifetime ago.
Jesus, a long time ago now, to be fair. Fuck, thinking back. I've never felt so old as I have in this pandemic, and me joining TikTok and stuff like that there, imagine.
Yeah, I only saw, I was scrolling through your thing, you had the 30 balloons. I wouldn't have put you down as 30.
Nah, see, I've got that kind of babyish face about me, but then, yeah, I'm fucking pushing. Like, I waited till I was 30 to join these kind of apps, and
yeah, you only kind of like me. You only joined it last year, and that's kind of like, what was your Instagram? Was your Instagram big before you were on TikTok?
Not at all. I think I had 900 followers or something.
Yeah, I was the same.
All happened in the last few months, but it was just pure boredom. I think everyone stopped caring over lockdown what other people thought, really, didn't they? You know what I mean? If you had a tiny interest in something, you felt like pursuing it out of pure boredom.
Absolutely, but it's unbelievable that you've gotten to the 100K on Instagram, whereas we have a similar. I think we're both around that 300K mark on TikTok. But you're like 95 on Instagram. I'm about 15. So I think for you, it's just those reels they've just fucking
Yeah.
absolutely been unbelievable.
Also, I'm also very, very attractive, so that helps as well. It's, give me a leg up. No, yeah, the reels were a big one, man. The reels, I started putting the reels up, and I think I had around 200,000 on TikTok when I started doing the reels, and I had 1,000 or so on Instagram. So nothing major on Instagram.
And all you're doing is literally like
Just
taking it. Yeah.
Yeah, just actually transferring it over, and it just went crazy then. I think reels, when I started doing it, I think I got it at the right time because no one was doing reels. No one was putting them up,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it just blew up so quickly. It's slowed down a good bit now, but yeah, at the time it helped massively grow the Instagram. Like,
And it's unreal because Instagram is already how cashola is. I presume you would agree.
Yeah, I don't get too many job offers out of the TikTok. It's funny that too. As but I'll say in the next couple of years, I think it will eventually transfer.
Yeah, when TikTok sort of figures itself out.
You would follow anyone on TikTok, whereas now people are a bit more reserved. I think that's why Instagram, that's where the money is, because who you follow is important. Do you know what I mean? It matters to people, whereas it didn't really on TikTok. But I think that's becoming more prevalent now, and I'd say it will in the next couple of years. It'll be a big change.
That can be a conversation for Einstein at 6 a.m, all right?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Eric, can you remember the first lads trip you went on?
I do remember this as well. I think I was 19, maybe 20, and one of my friends suggested Magaluf. Now
Shagalot.
Shagaluf. This was to play a big part now for the next half a decade of my life. I didn't know it at the time, but I said, fuck it, yeah, I'll go. Didn't know much about it. Didn't know about these like working holidays or seasons and stuff like that. And we went over and we did it. We did it just tits up. We were in bed every night at fucking 12 o'clock hammered. You know what I mean? We kind of missed all the nightlife. Thinking,
but were you one of these fucking wankers with the €5 shots vodka? Fucking get in, lads.
I was leader of the wankers. I was like head wanker.
I could fucking see you doing that, definitely.
Yeah, massively. Like Eric sent you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked for I ended up doing my first kind of holiday abroad with the boys, and I enjoyed it. And I was chatting to these dickheads, like, how do you get into this? Do you know what I mean? How do you do this kind of job? And I ended up working in sales for one of these holiday companies. So I was like a rep, essentially. I got people those dickhead jobs. So I didn't have to do it myself, but I was like, I'll sort the bars out with people.
But you did that from Magaluf.
So I did the first season, and I got the people we booked with one of these companies. I applied for a job with them then, and then for 5 summers, I went to like Ibiza, Ayia Napa, Magaluf, Tenerife.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was like a big. I'd come home in the winters and I'd just be depressed, and then go away for the summers again, and just for 6 months drink every day of the week. Yeah, so
you didn't really have like this typical lads week or 2 weeks in the sun. It was just months on end all the time.
Like I would go away for 6 months, come back for 6 months, and fuck off for 6 months again. And it was more or less always myself. Yeah, so it was big summers I had, like big.
Did you know it was going to be 6 months when you went the first time?
So the first lads trip we went on was just a month, and I came back from that month and I just had fallen in love with it, like the sun and fucking drinking every day. And what
would you say best out of what'd you say 5 different summers? What was if there was a young lad to go on his first holiday, let's say next year, where's he going?
I would say if you were going out working for a season, I would say Tenerife. Kick it off with Tenerife. Ease yourself in, nice and handy. There's about 6 bars. It's not too overwhelming.
I was there 6-year holiday.
Yeah, it's a good spot for a first holiday, and then you could upgrade. Then I'd say level 2, probably Ayia Napa. A lot of Swedish. It's a good time. Then you can go on then to
a lot of Swedish.
Yeah, Ayia Napa's a good spot
you know
as
what
well.
I'm saying.
It's all mafia run out there in Ayia Napa, though. It's a scary place too. It can be, but it's good. It's lovely beaches and.
Yeah, but if they're not, Eric, into the whole dickhead selling vodkas for a $5 life, they just want to go for a week. Ultimate spot.
Ibiza.
Yeah, that's just what anyone who's been to Ibiza will not say Ibiza, and it's somewhere I've never been. Don't know if I will, but it kind of just seems like the only place, doesn't it?
I think if you're going for a holiday, you're gonna go tits up. There's no possible way you can go to Ibiza for 4 days and not fucking kill yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I spent probably like 8 months there altogether, and it is actually a gorgeous place. Like I would go on a family holiday.
Yeah, you hear about families going.
Yeah, there's no possible way to do that initially. You have to be fucking mental. You know what I mean?
You just have to wait till you're like 40.
Yeah, you can do, but you can go out like. It's the beautiful thing about it is it doesn't matter if you're 40 or you're 18. Do you know what I mean? It's a lovely place to go and just fucking have the time of your life. Like I did the seasons, and then I went out with my mates like a couple of years on, and it was two completely different experiences. Like,
Yeah,
you know, the 4 days were nearly worse than the 3 months I'd done prior.
yeah, fair enough. But a lot of people say Ibiza, like, even though everyone says it's unbelievable, but in the same sentence, they say like a drink could cost you €25, and like that's why loads of people just do drugs instead. What would you say to that?
Yeah, it's very expensive. I mean, there was times I was so thirsty one night, and I went up and tried to get an ice cube. Tried to charge me for the ice cube. You know what I mean? The prices are fucking crazy. Like,
Is a bottle of water like 15 quid or something?
Yeah, it's like €10, and they get the water for free, and they're charging fucking €10. Like,
Fuck me, pink.
Drugs and stuff in clubs over there. It's off the fucking water, like. And what they do is they put salt into the tap water, so you can't drink the tap water. They make it so that you have to buy this water. Like, it's insane. It's almost fucking virgin and illegal. Like, but
yeah,
nah, if you're not going over purely just to fucking get off your head on drugs and stuff, there's lots to experience over there too on a more positive side. Like,
oh, I thought you were gonna say if you're not going to get off your head on drugs, don't bother.
Not at all.
Lads, just a quick word from the sponsor of the podcast, Manscaped. I was thinking I should probably take the ad reads a bit more seriously, but then they don't seem to give a fuck what I say. So, right, I'll read this ad, right? Hey you, yeah you, got bush? You definitely do if you haven't tried the best products from our sponsor today, Manscaped. After using these life-changing products, you're going to want to join a ballsack beauty contest. Okay, that's pretty good. So a lot of the stuff they saying is, look, right, I'll keep going. I'm looking out for you too, because I also have an exclusive 20% off discount. Oh, segue, nice segue, Manscaped. Unbelievably smooth, like your balls would be. That's a good segue for me. Use the code CANS20 at manscaped.com to get 20% off and free shipping. Great ad read, lads. Talking points, big black letters, do not read. Host to talk about a funny grooming story or how they personally like the product. That we've all been there, balls nicked, Sudocrem lashed on, and then you might be wearing a pair of white boxers and you go throughout the day and you have to like pull the fucking boxers off and it kind of might reopen the cut. Oh, I'm shouting on now, but basically manscaped.com. Use the code CANS20. Every time you use it, you are genuinely helping me out, helping the podcast out, and just the general Guinness Guru community. So manscaped.com, code CANS20. Thanks for the sponsorship, lads. Last thing it says on the ad read, it's 2021 and you still got bush? Change that with Manscaped. Look, they're American. We'll let them away with it. They don't really know the crack, but they're sound as fuck. Good skins. Good skins, those Manscaped lads. Back to the pod. Can you, I don't know, like, answer this if you want or whatever, but dumbest thing you've ever done while drunk without incriminating yourself?
There's a long list, obviously, having basically drank every day of summers for the last 6-7 years.
Yeah, but, fucking hell.
What sticks out most, I was a lot younger. I think I was around 17, 18, and you're always Billy Big Bollocks, like drinking as much as you can to the point of no return. And I think it was around half 11 before the nightclub even started. And one of the lads was good enough to give me a lift home because I was getting sick outside, obviously. And I got into the back of the car and I rolled down the window and I could just feel myself throwing up. And his missus wanted to get a bite to eat. They weren't drinking. So we stopped outside the Chipper. And this is a busy fucking night. Like, you know what I mean? There's about 20, 30 people outside the Chipper. And I just had the head out the window. And I'm just making these noises, sick all down the side of his car. And like one person notices and then 2 or 3. And eventually then there's just 30 people, phones out, videoing me just the side of this car.
While the car is moving?
Oh, yeah. He was kind of driving along slowly and his missus was coming back with her food. And as the car starts driving off, he was like,
lovely.
The car. Yeah, so it was, I had to wait a couple of weeks before I could forget about that one
now. But come here, just came to my mind there. Like you said, you did the 5 or 6 seasons or whatever you call it, abroad in the summers. What was there a moment where you just thought, I can't do another one of these? Or was that always the plan? Or was there, was there a moment where you said, nah, fuck this, I'm done?
Yeah, when you're out there, there always comes a point where you're thinking that's not worth it anymore. Do you know what I mean? People are coming, and you might be going to see like Avicii or someone, and you're just kind of sat there like, oh fuck, I couldn't be asked going to fucking listen to Avicii tonight. Do you know what I mean? I've listened to him for the past 2 months. Fuck that, like. And when you get to that, you're kind of thinking, oh, this isn't right. Like, I should be excited to go and see one of the biggest DJs in the world.
Yeah,
it's just like anything. If you're doing anything repetitively, it grows old quick. But it didn't take long coming home, realizing, oh fuck, geez, I had the time of it out there. Like, I wish I was out there again. You know what I mean? It kind of, I realized how lucky I was at the time to be there, but definitely it weighs on you drinking every day of the week, and you're just like, oh, get me home after a while. But then when you do get home, you're like, oh fuck, get me back out there.
Yeah, because I was in, it was like getting cultured, you know, yourself, traveling around Asia, and I got a job in Vietnam, and like I'd already been drinking for probably 3 months straight, and then I was there doing the bar job in Vietnam for another 2 months. So it's like 5 months like that every single day. And it's just, and it kind of every night you're bringing the same people to the same place and all this shit, and you get to a stage where you're like, you don't, I didn't really have that many mates. There was a lot of older lads, like kind of expats and stuff, and you're just like, fucking hell. And then you say, right, I'll pack it in. Then you get home, and a week later, you're just like, fuck me, I wish I was back there.
Why did they come home again?
Yeah.
The grass is always greener, isn't it? That's it. Like,
yeah, 100%. You miss home, and then you get home shite, you miss the other place. But yeah, grass is always greener. Eric, do you have a hangover cure?
I 100% don't.
Fuck.
I did years ago, and I think it was just youth basically. But as time pushes on now, it takes me 2 days, I think, to fully come off a big session. 100%. Oh my, I'm dead to the world, man. Lucas eating the Chinese is my go-to. It's probably the only thing my body can digest. I think that's from, again, repetitiveness.
Yeah, so there's no like night before fucking gonna drink water or take a Pandol or anything. You just go for it, and then.
I mean, people look at you like you have two heads. If coming up to 2 or 3 in the morning, like, give me a pint of water there. Like, fuck off.
It is gas, isn't it?
It doesn't happen too often. Like,
maybe was there nothing you would do? Like, was there no sort of system you had over in when you were in Tenerife and Ibiza and Ayia Napa that like every morning you're waking up? Was there not? Was it just get back on it, or like, because obviously you had to do some sort of work. So what would you do?
You're a functional alcoholic. I think that's essentially it. And obviously,
fair enough.
Youth was on my side, but yeah, you're going out drinking all night, then you're waking up and you're going to pool parties drinking all day, and that was kind of 4 or 5 days a week. To be honest, I don't know how I got through most summers, but I managed it. I think you're when you're waking up in the sun and you're going down to the beach and stuff, it's a lot easier. But yeah, the hangovers don't hit as bad when you're out abroad now. I don't think as they do in Ireland.
Yeah, fair enough. Question doesn't really work now. Best lads trip you've ever been on, but have you done like gone to a city or anything with lads, or has it just always been the summers?
I think the seasons really don't coincide with the lads trips. I've been on a few lads trips, whereas I've done the seasons kind of solo. So yes, that trip I would say my mate Stag was actually last year, the year before that we went to Edinburgh. That was a very good weekend. We were in the three. I think we spent
serious spot.
We spent the whole weekend, the Three Sisters. I couldn't tell you one thing about Edinburgh. A few of the boys went sightseeing, but it was that pub. The Edinburgh could be 4 walls for all I know. You know what I mean?
The pub we call the Three Sisters.
Yeah. It was a brilliant weekend. And that was just before fucking lockdown hit. So that was the last weekend. That's probably why it's heaviest on my mind. The last weekend away with the boys.
Yeah, and like, what was the crew like? Was you talking 5 or fucking 50?
I think there was around 30, 35 of us, and it was kind of men of all ages. His older mates, his younger mates. He's got a younger brother who was his best man. His mates came along, and then he was in college up in Belfast, so there was that group of mates and that group of mates, and people meeting for the first time. So it was one of them. It was a real good weekend away. Like a lot of abuse and stuff flying around, and
And what would be the say like what I presume 2 nights? 3 nights, and then
we did 2 nights, and it turned into 3 or 4 nights. Then when we got back, a few of the boys, we got a couple of extra days off work and stuff. It was one of them kind of rollovers.
And would you be, I presume, airport points straight away?
God, yeah, just it was never ending really. It was kind of carry out in the bus when we landed back and fucking stop, pub crawl in on the bus, stop at every pub. It was about 2 o'clock by the time we got back into the hometown, and then it was carry out from the pub and the day sessions. Then that's one thing I'm missing most now is when you're doing the rollovers, you wake up at 10 and you head down to the pub and
Yeah,
get the 10 in the lips.
honest to God, like, and yeah, you sound like fucking, oh, you fucking alcoholic. Like, oh, I just need a drink. But like, it really is that. And it's the only thing that will cure you because you just be
Oh, yeah.
absolutely
It's
bollocks.
it's once in a blue moon, you know what I mean? Them rollovers are kind of a few and far between, but they're a special moment when they happen, when all the boys
Yeah.
are kind of there, go down to the pub and you talk about the night before. Do you know what I mean? That's where the kind of the best crack is then.
Yeah. And I think if you kind of timed them right and stuff, like in terms of obviously you can do a rollover and stay out till 6 in the morning. The next day, you're going to be totally fucked. But if you do a rollover and you kind of go home at a reasonable hour, like the old chipper in hand, like you could actually be not too fucked the next day. You kind of nearly do yourself a favor.
It's a fine art, you know what I mean? It takes an experienced man to pull it off correctly. You see some heads and boys lying down with the shades on, and they're just not to go. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely a fine art, and if it's done right, it's the way to go. It's the way to go.
Yeah, I find a rollover a lot easier in the summertime in a beer garden than like a fucking in like a snug or something, you know?
Oh, fuck yeah, the beer gardens are another one, man. Jesus, hopefully, fingers crossed this summer there'll be some sort of movement.
Yeah. So if I would say to you, Eric, describe your ultimate session, I presume Edinburgh kind of sounds like it, but let's say come summer, I don't know, August, pubs are open, everything's open, what you want to do. What is your plan of attack, morning to night?
If everything was within reach, I would say I had planned on going to Vegas for my 30th last year. Obviously, that didn't happen, so that would have to be involved. So, perfect day would be wake up, head to the pub with the boys, and wait in a big coach. Get the coach up, drink all day on the bus up to the airport pints, straight over to Vegas, straight to the casinos, throw a lump of money on black and then kick the weekend off. Then,
Bang on. Have you always wanted to go to Vegas?
it's always been on my list, more so now in the last couple of years, just because I don't know. I think when you get a bit older, that it gets a bit more attractive going over there and getting the suit on, hitting the casinos, definitely. But I was big into my poker as well a few years ago. We played leagues, just fucking in-house leagues with the boys and stuff. But it was, I think it's instilled now in my brain where I want to go in and fucking suit on and drink like a whiskey at the table and just look like I'm someone that I'm not.
That would be the fucking crack. Spending all the money that you don't really, well, you do have, but like pretending
not a
you're
massive amount of money, but just put some money aside that I'm very comfortable with losing.
But making yourself come across that like I do this every weekend.
Exactly. Just have a few €100 where this boy doesn't care if he loses. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what are you doing? Obviously, you're fucking flying on the gram and the talk, as the kids, they don't even call it that. But like work-wise, what are you? Give the people a bit more of an insight, like.
Yeah, so I haven't stopped, to be honest. Obviously, first lockdown when the schools were closed, but I'm working in schools with children with additional needs. So they're kind of the units and stuff have been opened up a lot sooner than the schools, so I haven't really had much time off, and it's kind of I'm taking like sabbaticals from Instagram and TikTok and stuff where I'll have a lot of drafts built up when I am off, and then I just kind of put them up as I go. You know what I mean? I'm not to consider myself an influencer or a full-time social media person. You know what I mean? I'm kind of working full-time all the time, and I do it when I have time, basically on the social media aspect of things. But I'd say I'll finish up this year and kind of reassess how much energy I want to put into, say, Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, and what would be your, like, obviously you want to get the clothing company going, but like, is that just a bit of crack, or has that always been something you've thought of?
I'm just kind of throwing ideas around all the time, just with what I can do with a following, because it seems kind of limitless.
Fair, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I haven't got a niche or anything. I'm kind of putting up stupid videos, I know that, and I'm doing the odd sponsored posts, and I'm not a big fan of them, even though I'm not in a position to say no to them. If someone offers me money to do something, I'm gonna take it.
I hear you.
Starting the clothing brand and stuff, it might give me a window of opportunity to maybe say no to a few different things if I'm kind of got my own like spare revenue streams coming in. Do you know what I mean? because they say if you have 4 or 5 different incomes, you'll not have to worry about work. So I'm going to try and maybe build that up now over the next few months. Start off with the clothing brand and then maybe dip my toes into a few other wells, as they say.
Yeah, but I think people always think, like, I was only doing a interview with some young lad for a paper or something there last night, and he was like, I got the impression he thought me as, oh yeah, you're the Guinness guru, that I was like raking it in. Do you know what I mean? I'm working full time as a fucking painter decorator for someone else, like Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, doing the Guinness guru stuff in the evenings and the weekend. So it's definitely, even though people see you, it's like, geez, 100,000, almost 100,000 followers. People just presume that translates into raking it in, just posting a video a day and just sitting back and counting the money.
People do laugh, and I laugh at people's comments. Like, you see comments TikTok, like, how much are you getting and blah blah blah. Like, people don't understand, you don't make a cent off TikTok. Like, I don't do these live videos or anything. People make money off that. There's no creator fund and stuff like that in Ireland either.
Yeah,
like I haven't made a red cent off TikTok. And Instagram's a different story. There is the potential to make good money at it, but you would need to fucking get your head stuck into it, you know what I mean? And I know people with a lot less followers than me that are constantly like messaging brands, trying to get different brand deals and what do you call them, affiliation fucking things where
you never know. Like, you never know what obviously, look, a lot of people have agents and stuff, but you kind of, at the start of it, you're thinking like, how come no one's messaging me for any of that stuff? And then like you see some people going and messaging like brands, and then it just seems a bit desperate, doesn't it? Like, I think if anyone wants to know, it's basically just let them come to you, and it just doesn't work the other way around.
Yeah, 100%. You kind of have to pick and choose too who you're going with. Like, I've had a few offers. If I did say yes to them, like, do you know what I mean? People would just be like, fuck and shut up. Like, I had a Chinese contact lens company get in touch with me. Like, they wanted me to promote their contact lenses. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with contact lenses? Like, I don't wear glasses. People will be like, right, this boy's a fucking idiot. So it's I say no to some sponsored posts, but it's going to have to too sometimes, because people just lose interest. You have to be kind of authentic.
Well, that's why I think I would say I had the advantage, because it's like, I know everyone who's following me is just into Guinness and pints. So if it's something to do with like a pub stuff or anything to do with Guinness, it's very easy to say yes. And if it's something else, it doesn't even get offered. Do you know what I mean? But come here, I'll bang out a few quick fire questions for you, all right?
Yeah.
Eric Roberts, 44. Favorite pub?
The Wee Bar, Downings.
Where is it? Donegal?
It's in Donegal. It's attached to the Downings Bay Hotel. It's just the first one that popped in my head there, but there's been many's a lock-in. It's right beside the disco down there. It's more or less the local. I would say I'll throw Glen Bar in the mix too, because that's where I go for my pints at Christmas.
Favorite comedian?
Frankie Boyle, Lee Evans, Michael McIntyre. Top 3, I would say.
Your go-to drunk food?
Crispy shredded chicken, Peking sauce with prawn crackers and portion chips, fried rice.
You didn't even fucking blink, lad.
Didn't flinch.
TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram, fucking.
Show the lads, TikTok not worth a shite. You could have fucking 10 million on it and you're still not making a sense. Beer garden or cozy snug?
Beer garden all day.
Good man. I think that's definitely, now with summer coming up, it's like I don't want to fucking snug. I want to be in the beer garden, tunes, nice.
Ask me in September, I'll probably say snug right enough.
Yeah. Last question, Eric. Fill in the blank. I am a blank drunk.
Surprising.
Elaborate.
I'll start speaking Spanish. Just like, una mesa para cuatro, por favor, like, and you'll be like, you never know what you'll come out with. Very strange, random things I'll be doing when I'm drunk. Just people will be like, what the fuck, out of nowhere. Yeah.
So Eric Roberts is a surprising drunk. Right, Eric, that's fucking that. We'll move on to the extra cans now. But for the lads, thanks for listening, lads. The rest of the episode, as per usual, will be on Patreon. For the non-patrons, I'll see you next week. The rest of you see you over on Patreon. Thanks, Eric. You can say bye to some of the people.
I'll say goodbye now to yous that aren't paying the fucking extra money to get the good
Yeah,
stuff.
fuck yous. Right, bang on. We'll just keep. I might just get another can if you give me 2 seconds.
I'll grab a wee drink myself here.
There you have it, lads. That's it for this week's episode of Only Cans. Eric Roberts, like I said at the start, just like a kind of regular guy who just happens to be quite funny. Obviously, no shortage of confidence. We've seen that in the episode, but I could probably say that about myself as well. But yeah, just a regular dude who's just doing really well on social media, and I think he's just probably even saying to himself, Jesus Christ, this is going very well. So thanks for listening, lads. Like I said, Extra Cans is on the patreon.com/GuinnessGuru. Myself and Eric talk more about, was there ever a time, you heard he was talking about the being a rep wanker for months on end, and I was going to ask him in the Extra Cans, like, was there a time where you just said, fuck this, I can't drink anymore? He kind of went into a bit more detail on that, and the kind of relationship he had with his parents and the drinking and all that sort of stuff. So a bit deeper on the Extra Cans as per usual. But anyway, lads, thank you for listening.